Listen, man, what
we're talking to Rodney. We celebrating Rodney. He's about to
is there a name? Yo, Chris Tabb is officially doing the Corey Manning. Like, yo.
What up?
No, this dude calls me up 30 minutes prior and is like, yo, we're going live at 6 p.m. with Rodney Perry. You down? Of course I'm down.
You ain't gotta say all that.
Of course I'm down. But I don't know what it is. Maybe, it's post-pandemic or in the midst of pandemic. But you that's not you. That's not you, dog. You know what I'm talking about.
But it's the end of Black History Month. It's a new year. We hopefully coming out of the pandemic. Good things are happening, bro. Let's just call it what it is.
No, let's call this what this dude's got his $1,400 stimulus check and is celebrating. He wants to celebrate.
Man,
he wants to celebrate that stimulus.
You know what? I wish I could cash in on some stimulus. I wish I could. I wish I could. Ah, man. But I want to Facebook folks, as you jump on here, let me know. This whole thing sending it to Facebook is weird, but we're gonna do what we do. But I just want as many people to be able to see it, just to celebrate this brother. I mean,
no, where you
already know, and we're gonna have him talk about it. But you already know, when I say the name Rodney Perry, is there anybody that doesn't know Rodney Perry that does comedy? Nah. I don't think so.
Where are you posting live so I can send the link? I don't see it on your page.
It's flowing on my page right now. Hold on a second.
Are you sure you got it for everybody to see, or you just have it for you?
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know that was an option. Here we go. Wow. You taught me something.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I was on for an hour. I was killing it for an hour. Just for myself. Just for myself. Excuse me, I gotta get some potassium in me.
Okay. All right, we're gonna let some people join, and I'm gonna get myself a beverage, and then we're gonna come back with the man, Rodney Perry. We're gonna be right back. Hey folks, jump on Facebook. We're taking all your questions too. I'll get to as many questions as I possibly can. And if you don't know who Rodney Perry is, I would suggest Googling it real fast and then come back and say something. So I'm gonna
Big Happy Family, Def Comedy Jam, Comic View, BT Comic View. He's been on everything. And while Chris is walking away, he's talking about he's going to do something, but we all know he's going to use the bathroom. I hope he washes his hand before he touches that keyboard. That's all I'm asking. So I'm sharing this with the group. It's posted on my page. Of course, my name is Corey Manning. Not of course, but I know of course, but you may not know of course. So what's good? So I'm gonna check Chris' page. I'm gonna pull up Chris' page. I'm gonna pull up my page, and I'm gonna go back and forth with them to see who's on there chiming in, kicking it. Did you wash your hands though? That's all I want to know.
I've been washing my hands all day. They dry as a chip.
No, but you had to step away from the Zoom meeting for a second.
Oh man, this dude.
We all know. We all know.
Listen, if I need to go handle some business, if I had a meeting in the men's room, I would have told you.
Dudes always say, "Hey, I gotta step away real quick. I'll be right back. Give me a drink." No, dude. We know what you're going to do, but
if I had a meeting in the men's room, I would have said so.
You were gone, but I will say this though: you were gone too fast to do anything but a number one. You didn't have enough time to do a number two. So we're thankful for that. Can I give a Zoom tip?
Yeah, I need more lighting.
No, just not for you. Just for people who are watching. I think I have too much lighting. Let me adjust.
No, your light's good.
It's good.
Yeah, it looked like you got on some of that highlights, like your makeup and stuff.
I got the camera joint with the ring.
Oh, yeah, the ring light.
Yeah, you can get those joints at BJ's for $20. But
oh, okay. So,
you can get the ring light from BJ's for $20.
No. Based on what you
let's
just
clarify.
said,
Let's
based
clarify
on what you just said. They handed it out, BJ. They handed it out. $20.
No, what I'm saying is
lines out the door. Lines are around the block, ladies and gentlemen.
$20. I know I'm going with my stimulus check. I don't know about you.
Bargain. And you ain't gotta take nobody nowhere afterwards. You ain't gotta. Nah, that's all good.
What's up, Joanne? Joanne's in the building. Can you see? Okay. I'm looking at your page, or should I open the? I'm scared to open the window because it'll be a bunch of background noise.
Yeah. So I think people joining on your page are exclusive to you. As far as I know, I don't. I'm not enough of an expert on this, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm mainly watching the Zoom, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you watching the Zoom joint? No, you gotta watch the. You gotta pull up the Facebook Live feed.
I know, but if I do that, the delay is gonna throw me off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in here, you in here. We hear you. We see you. You know what? This brother. Let me back up a little bit, and I'm gonna tell this when he's on. Coming to America is my all-time favorite film, and I've been nervous. I've been back and forth. I mean, I haven't been this nervous since Black Panther, about a film coming out March 5th on Amazon Prime. And when I thought about it, I said, "Oh my God, I know somebody in that movie. I know somebody in one of the greatest film franchise, because it's now a franchise. I would say I don't know if a sequel counts as a franchise. Okay, we can talk about it. I know somebody in that movie.
I would say it's safe to say that the movie is iconic, legendary.
Iconic. I would definitely say iconic.
Yes.
But also I thought about this because not often enough do we give people their roses now. You see what I'm saying? We need to celebrate. We need to celebrate when we can celebrate. And I couldn't think of a better person to celebrate than this next gentleman coming in this damn Zoom.
Woo!
That's what I'm talking about.
He got the hat. He got the hat. That's what I'm talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, star stage, screen, and prints and recordings, Mr. Rodney Perry. Woo!
What's going on, gentlemen?
Chilling, man. I would stand up and give you a standing ovation, but I'm not wearing pants, and I don't want to upset.
Too much. That is way too much information.
I'm just saying.
Who's wearing pants?
Okay, both of y'all. Way too much information.
Yo, that could be a new online TV show. Who's wearing pants?
Can we assess who's in the Zoom before you share that type of information? Way too much information.
What up, Rod?
How y'all doing, man?
Good, man.
Rod, before you came in,
two of my favorite human beings, man.
Oh, listen, brother.
Dope. Very dope. Thank you for having me.
Hey, before you came in here, I had to tell people part of the reason for me doing this. Number one, the upcoming film that you're in is one of my favorite films all time. And it's not, and even included, there's not too many films as adults, as grown Black men, that we can share with our kids. And now that film is part of my kids' youth. You know what I mean? We're quoting lines all day. And something like that is big because it's a way for you to connect with your children. You know, you say something in the house and your kids pick it up right away. So I've been a little nervous about the sequel coming out because the first one was so good.
Right.
And then I thought to myself, I know somebody in that movie. I know my life has come full circle. I know somebody in that movie. And also, I'm a big believer in roses now, man. Roses now. You deserve every bit of it, brother. And we gonna get a little bit into it, but I mean, for you to end up in a project like this, and I think it might be easy. I think the easier question might be to ask who's not in this film.
Right. It's a pretty hefty cast.
It's a heavy cast.
I was number 30 on the call sheet.
Number 30? Woo!
Eddie Murphy is like 1 through 9.
I forgot about that.
I mean, literally, like 1 through 9.
But listen to this. I guarantee you might have been the only dude on set that everybody knew. Legitimately.
Like, and not just from stand-up, but your name, you're legendary. Like, you perceive. When I look at all the people I know or connect, I see on TV, I literally at this point would be like, I bet Rodney Perry. I bet Rodney Perry know that. But
I know people.
And I mean, over 15 films, over 15 television shows, and part of it is you still grinding. I mean, I reached out to you today and you said, yeah, I'll come on with you. That you don't understand, man. Or do you understand?
I mean, like this is a great call, a great place to ask a question like that, because you're looking at 3 nice guys. And right. A lot of times as a nice guy, it feels lonely. If you trudging up the road, the nice guy road, you feel like, the guy that's the womanizer get this, and this guy that's this, he gets that, and the guy that ain't take care of his family, he get that. And you start looking around like, man, if I was more like those guys,
right,
maybe I could get some. And so what I've learned through a lifetime is nice guys don't finish last. They're just running a longer race.
Okay, those are facts.
It's a longer road. The road is longer, and that's okay. And so, the blessings might come a little later, and that's okay.
And it might be a little bit long, because in our game, in stand-up, it's every night. I mean, acting is great, but you might get a project every if you hot every few years or every month or
every decade if you're lucky.
Yeah, stand up is every night.
Yeah,
every night, 100%, Monday through Sunday, 100%. And you're right. You sometimes feel, maybe somebody cut the line, or what did he do to get this, or whatever the case may be. So staying true to yourself and what we do is difficult.
Right.
Is difficult.
Let me ask you a question, Rodney, and it kind of tags into what you just said and what Chris just finished saying. And shout out to Joanne, who said questions the fact that I'm a nice guy. So thank you for that.
We're gonna take Facebook questions in a while.
For you, why do you say yes for things like this? Like I'm seeing you on many social media outlets where you're connecting and you're interviewing. Instagram, we just chopping it up, having conversations. I'm seeing you. What inspires you to say yes to those opportunities?
I mean, I know people have a choice over who they talk to. And how about this? I remember when nobody cared. I remember when I just wanted somebody to ask me my opinion or ask me about this or about that. So when people act like they forgot, but nobody forgets.
Right.
You don't forget. I mean, you may not acknowledge it, you may not want to remember it, but I remember when nobody gave a damn. So how dare I, when my friend calls me, to not make some time and take care of it.
Wow, that's huge. And it's funny what you say tags a little bit on. We both work with Monique, and one of the things I used to say after doing a show with her is the show was great, but I would always value that time that she would give me after the show.
Yeah.
And she would sit and talk with me. And one of the first lessons I learned from her is she said, people have a choice. People didn't have to come here tonight or whatever.
Yeah.
So you give 100% every time up. You know what I mean? She was blessed enough to be in that position, and double blessed to be doing a few minutes up front on shows like that. It made you, it humbled you. It humbled you and gave you just a caring for this business that I could see reflected in you every day. You know, I always bring your name up as a friend. You know, some might consider it name dropping. I don't care.
So what? hey, you know what? I mean, we are our OGs, you know. Whoever your OG is, whoever fed into you as a young comedian, you are that person. And so hopefully you learn some good lessons from that person, good or bad. And man, I just love this game, man. And you know, I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian that acts. So I feel you in terms of being a comic and always, you know, trying to find that way. But how about this? The people at the top of the food chain in comedy right now, or any given time in the world, are not 100 times better than you.
Right.
They're not 10 times better than you. They're good. You're good. So it's just a matter of the stars lining up for success.
Right.
This is a matter of time for that. So, you know, I always say, you know, when I was younger, I'd be quick to say somebody wasn't funny. But, you know, I kind of shun that idea now because first of all, how dare I evaluate somebody's funny?
Right.
You know, how dare I try to figure out what this person's purpose is, because they may only need to make one person laugh to change their life.
Right.
There it is.
It's
this thing. Humor is so organic. You know, what make one person laugh might not make the next person laugh. And that's one of the things I love about stand-up and comedy. It is so diverse, not only in the individuals, but in the type of material, in the presentation. Everybody got something to offer in this. Everybody has something to offer. And when I look over the different styles of comedy and subject matter, we represent it all over the place.
Yes.
I love that. I love that because the more there is of that, the less chance there is of, oh, he sound like this person, or he doing this person, he doing that. Giving the person the ability to just be themselves. Yo, listen, if this dude want to talk about rocket ships and space and all that,
do your thing.
And they cackling.
One of the things that I'm in recovery. Well, let's say I've been clean. I haven't been going to meetings a lot, so I'm recovering. I have over 25 years, so I go to meetings. I used to go to meetings, but one of the things I learned early on that helped me was identifying instead of comparing. So instead of comparing yourself to other people, identify with the struggles that they're going through that make it similar to yours, and you're able to be humble or take you to that moment, because we're only one step away. So I share that to say is, when you talked about, you made a statement about you used to, and I appreciate the honesty, you used to say, that dude ain't funny. It was like, oh man, I used to say the same thing. I haven't said it since last week, but I used to say it all the time. But it makes me wonder, like, how were you in those moments? And when you got the call for Coming to America, can you take us through that moment when the phone rang and the conversation and going through that? What was that like for you?
It's a pretty cool story too. So I went and auditioned. The working title of the movie was The Quest. So I auditioned for The Quest.
They didn't want you to know what was up.
I don't know if it was deliberate at all, but that's just what it was. So I auditioned for The Quest. Every black dude in Atlanta was in there. Black, comedic, a bunch of us. We cracking jokes. I actually had an idea for a movie I had that day about a bunch of actors that go to auditions all the time and never book it, and they go and steal some money. But it was just an idea. But that might still happen. But so don't take
I'm auditioning
Do
for
it.
that. I'm auditioning for that.
Auditioning for it.
You don't have to audition. We'll just hire you.
I'm gonna be a key grip. I want to be the key grip. I don't know what a key grip is, but I
want to do it. So 2 weeks later, I think it's gone because you audition and forget about it.
Right.
So you can't dwell on it. So I was like, maybe they booked somebody else, a bunch of people in there. No worries. I didn't book the quest. I get a call. It's my agent, Rodney. You booked the quest. I'm like, okay, that's dope. So when do it work? She was like, why you not excited? I said, I'm excited, but I gotta pick up my daughter every day, so I gotta change some things around now. When does it work?
Yeah.
She said, Rodney, you booked the quest. I said, okay.
It's the quest.
She said, Rodney, the quest is coming to America too.
Woo!
I went upstairs. I was sitting right here when she called me. I went upstairs. There's always somebody in this house. This day, it was only me and my wife. I walked up there. She had just walked in. She was standing at the little island in the kitchen. And she was like, what's wrong? I was like, just booked a movie. She was like, that's good, right? Yeah. It's coming to America too. She was like, really? And we stood in the kitchen and cried like two babies.
That's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's number one. That's the effect of coming to America, first of all.
Dude.
That's the effect.
I've been in some movies, Chris. I was in Medea's Big Happy Family. I
Over
was in
15.
Johnson's Family Vacation. Those are good movies. Tyler Perry. I've been in some cool movies. Each one of those movies respectively did like 50 million. This movie ain't nobody seen it. It already got 125.
Already out the gate. Even if the movie gets a 10 on Rotten Tomatoes, it's still gonna make about 250 on the first weekend.
No,
I don't know how the streaming works. I don't know how that money works. But if it don't make another quarter, it made 125 million.
I thought it was a bit. I thought you was doing a joke. The movie's made 100.
No. Eddie Murphy sold the movie to Amazon for 125.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly. So off the rip.
It's already made the money.
I didn't even think about that. I knew it got sold. I knew it was showcased on Amazon.
125.
So Amazon basically bought tickets for
125. Everybody get in that got our platform. If you don't have the platform you want to see it, subscribe.
That's dope.
I don't know how they this is a whole nother conversation, but I don't know how they outbid Netflix. Maybe Eddie only returned one call.
I think there's some talk that Eddie sold Netflix a special.
Oh,
he did.
Okay.
He did.
And that he's gonna do a special over there that's gonna outweigh every other special.
And I think the hopes was
it might be like 100 million for one special.
Yeah, I think that, and it's just a guess because I heard this news last year, early on before the pandemic, this was going to happen. Eddie was he was planning on going to clubs to get his set together. So a part of the marketing was going to be coming to America to push his special on Netflix.
There was supposed to be, and I just heard about this, that they was planning on doing like a special with some of the comedians from the cast in conjunction with that. So that's probably what you heard as well. But the pandemic kind of shut that down.
Yeah.
Well,
this movie was supposed to release in December, last December.
Yes. Right. Right. Let me say this. I think you have captured the infinity stones of comedy as far as, because, correct me if I'm wrong, you've worked with all four kings.
Not Bernie.
Have you met Bernie?
I met Bernie. I brushed with Bernie once.
We're putting that down. That's counts.
I'll take it. He was really nice. And I real quick Bernie story. So I'm backstage, Shreveport, Louisiana. Bernie is headlining, and he comes down to the side of the stage. And I'm like, how you doing, Mr. Mack? My name is Rodney Perrry. I'm a comedian. He said, Mr. Mack, that's my daddy's name. And everybody cracked up and he just walked up. I'm like, oh my God. But you know what, Tabb? I work with and for Sid, with and for Steve, DL, I count as a friend, and I brushed with Bernie once.
And how many queens? Definitely Monique.
I think I'm at very least friends with all the queens.
So
I work with Monique.
And now you're in an Eddie Murphy film with Arsenio. You got the
Arsenio is my friend.
You you got two gloves of Infinity Stone.
and Tracy Morgan.
I never looked at it like that, Tabb.
And Tracy Morgan, get to it. Tracy Morgan is in that joint too. So
Tracy Morgan is in it. Leslie Jones is in it. Jermaine
Yeah.
Fowler.
Yeah.
You ain't got no more fingers, bro. You need an Infinity Map.
I need an Infinity shoe.
You got the Infinity boots.
You are the Bill Russell of comedy.
Hey, George Lopez first got to take me on the road. So I got the Latin King. Only person I really don't know, and I talked to his brother because he had a stroke like I did. I don't really know Sinbad, but I'm prayers to Sinbad and his family.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, with all you've done, and all you can still do, and all you will do. If you had one thing on the menu of the Rodney Perry resume that you'd like to do, what is that thing, or who is that person that you would like to work with? I should say work with you, because one day they might be opening for you.
Hey, I mean, comedically, I just want to be able to stand on my own 2 feet, sell tickets at a regular, normal rate,
Right.
I mean, whatever that is, a lot of times you go into a comedy club, you just hope them 400 people come every show.
Right.
It's really probably going to be 150,
Right.
If it's Thursday, Thursday.
On a Thursday. But I want that's the wish, Tabb, to sell out Thursdays and Sundays.
Thursday through Sunday.
No, I can handle Friday and Saturday, but if God can fill up Thursday and Sunday.
No, not just fill up, Rodney. You want them to add an extra show on those nights.
Overflow. My grandmother once said that to me. A girl said, Lord Jesus, pray that Rodney having everything he needs. I was like, hold on, Grandma. You need to ask God for some extra. I need some abundance.
That's when you walk on stage on that Sunday and say, I should have went and caught my flight.
I really didn't have to stay here this day. I could be home. Yeah.
When you look back, do you see the things that you accomplish? I think sometimes we don't take, and I'm very guilty of this, I don't take the time to appreciate or acknowledge the things I have accomplished. When you look back, did you picture yourself doing all the things you've done and where you are today? I mean, Chris just listed, the gauntlet. Like, did you see in the 80s? Did you see yourself being where you are today?
I didn't necessarily see it.
Let me hold on. Let me back up. That's from, let me get it right, Chicago, Louisiana to the Bay Area.
Yes. Okay. You're one of one in that, getting that right. One of one. So did I see it? Not necessarily. I just wanted to be a good comedian.
Yeah.
I didn't even start thinking about acting until I was 10 years in. You know what I mean? Like, so what I noticed is that all the cats that were working, they had the comedians that were working. I was in LA, and everybody that would come back off the road, they all were actors too.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, if I want to get any success, I need to actually add this to my repertoire. And so I started taking acting classes. I studied acting with Tasha Smith, who was dope.
Another Infinity Stone.
Tasha Smith was dope. I don't know if y'all know this. Tasha Smith was a comedian.
What?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know
Tasha Smith was, so she gave me some tools as an actor, but also as an actor that was a comedian. And like she would tell us stuff like Rodney, you're gonna get opportunities to improvise. You're gonna get opportunities. Like, she really prepared me for those moments. and I never forget her for that.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean,
and I still use some of those techniques even now.
Tasha in what is it? What is it? Why Did I Get Married? When the three couples go to the mountains. As much as I disliked her character, she murdered it.
She murdered it. She murdered it.
She blew up the table. She blew up the dinner table. It's like, you ain't got to say all that.
You ain't had to do that, Tasha.
You ain't got to do that.
It's her and Judas and the Black Messiah. I don't like that dude no more either.
Woo! Lakeith Stanfield. That's when you know you played a proper villain.
When I hate you in real life, yeah.
Off screen, you see him and give him the side eye like, I should just run up on
I'm still mad at Tariq for killing Ghost, but that's
For killing Ghost or for getting his sister killed?
Both of them.
Both.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. I want to actually add an Infinity Stone to this movie, and Kenya Barris worked on Coming to America.
No, I don't think people really know that.
He is a genius.
Dude, I want to meet the dude. I heard he tried his hand at stand up too.
Word.
It all comes back to stand up. It's just like hip hop. It's just like hip hop. Everybody want to rap.
Everybody won't stand up. Wow.
But Kenya Barris.
So I didn't get to work with him at all. I didn't see him. Because I would love to have shook his hand. I'm a fan. But he did take a pass at the script from what I understand. Cause I think the original guys took the first pass and then he did a pass at the script, which I think the final script was partially his.
They rolling his name in the credits. So anything with Kenya Barris's name on it,
it's a win.
It's got to be a win.
Dude, imagine this, guys.
The
reason I do comedy is Eddie Murphy. I saw Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live. He was playing Velvet Jones, and the judge said, "Well, why would you do that?" He said, "Your Honor, the bitch is ugly." And I said, "Whoa, can you do that on TV?" I was like, "That's it. I've been listening to comedy, but that's me." That's the reason. Then fast forward many years later to be on the set with the dude was unreal.
You make such a great point in what Eddie has done. He's my favorite entertainer all time, and I say entertainer because he's what Jordan is to basketball. I mean, just transcending the game.
Indeed.
Still connecting his roots, but transcending the game. And just one of the rare entertainers that has entertained generations. Like I told you, my kids know who Eddie Murphy is, but they don't know the Eddie Murphy that I know. They know Dr. Doolittle. They know Dr. Doolittle and, in a head. We know Velvet Jones and Buckwheat and, 48 Hours. And
Beverly Hills Cop.
Raw, the first Raw.
I even like Eddie Murphy's bad movies. I
do too.
Eddie Murphy doesn't make bad movies. Stop it.
Does not. I watch Best Defense over and over.
There it is. I mean, when DVDs were popular, I was on this quest to get every Eddie Murphy DVD, and there was one that I couldn't get because it wasn't on DVD. It was only on VHS, and I actually have two of those. It's the Best of Eddie Murphy from Saturday Night Live.
I may have that.
And if you have it, there's a very rare moment on it. Well, that's the Beverly Hills Cop.
That's the Beverly Hills Cop.
That's all of it. But here, I think the most underrated movie that Eddie Murphy made, which was one of the most underrated sci-fi movies ever made, The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
I wasn't mad at Pluto Nash.
I enjoyed the movie, man.
Isn't Kevin Hart in Pluto Nash?
No, he's in what's the movie about? When they were little people. When they were the
that's when he's the robot.
Yeah.
He's a giant robot.
Yeah.
He's a giant.
I know
robot.
It's kind of sci-fi based. Yeah.
And for that movie, my understanding is they didn't have to reshoot Kevin Hart into the movie. He was still the same size.
Stop it. Listen, my favorite Eddie Murphy quote. He was getting interviewed a while ago, and they were talking about, some of your latest films have been considered flops, and they haven't done the Eddie Murphy numbers. And Eddie Murphy responded and said, "I stopped counting flops 8 movies ago." So he already knew he was Jordan in the game. He was like my first $20 million guy. And for you to do, and for him to do that based on what we love to do, lets you know it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm about to hit you with another question. Off this, you just made me think about it, Chris, when talking about Eddie Murphy. And the reason why I'm asking this question is because people don't recognize the talent Eddie has, not just as a comedic actor, but an overall actor. And one of your closing bits that you use is a monologue. It is a theatrical monologue that's pure genius. Have you ever considered?
It makes me mad. It makes me mad.
Have you ever considered?
Is the ultimate compliment from another comedian?
Right.
I wish I would have thought, but you can't. I can't be mad at that bit because that's your truth. That's your truth. It's different between coming up with a joke or a bit, but sharing your truth and the way you do it is genius. And back to my question: have you ever, or would you ever consider auditioning for a dramatic part? Because I think you have. I think you have a dramatic top that's untouched.
I've done some dramatic stuff that, for whatever reason, it was indie film, didn't come out, and so I don't. First of all, I don't just take willy-nilly stuff anymore. Like a lot of indie guys reach out to me, and they got money, and it's a 1 day, 2 day work. You got to have a plan for it getting to the people. For me now, and I got a movie on Amazon. It's called Once Upon a Time in Detroit. It's kind of dramatic overtones in that. And I play like a dirty cop in there. Joe Blunt from Detroit wrote that, produced it, directed it. And I went out to Detroit and shot that movie. It was really fun. But to answer your question, yes, I definitely, I took acting classes. So, comedy is easy for me, but I can do drama. And the role, the human being I like to play, I wanted to play James Brown, but Chadwick Boseman killed that so cold. And I wanted that movie to wait for me to get hot enough to get it, but it didn't. So my next human being on my list, there was a comedian in the 70s named George Kirby. Are y'all familiar with George Kirby?
That sounds familiar.
No, I'm gonna look him up.
George Kirby is an impressionist. He was a Vegas guy. He had TV shots, but he ultimately got caught trafficking drugs. Taking drugs from one point to point A to point B across the country in his luggage. And he ended up going to jail. I think it's just a great story, man, a cautionary tale. And I would like to play him in his life.
Dude, why don't you do it, right?
So you
hold on. Excuse me. Do it. Right. I know why you want to do it, because dude is from Chicago. I Googled it and I found out he was born in Chicago.
I think he's originally from Chicago, but he spent most of his life in Vegas.
So dog, you got the writing chops, right? Independent, you got the connects. Do it, man.
I'm gonna make 2 points based on. I'm gonna bring up 2 points. Number one, I was also amazed that the Lucas brothers did the screenplay for Judas and the Black Messiah. I would have, again, bringing it all back to stand up. It always just makes me warm when I see that. But to your other point, when you talk about the independent guys reaching out to you, and I'm gonna tie this to one of the last times we had a sit down here in Boston, and we sat after that show. And again, I'm all into the sitting for coffee, man. If we talk comedy, if we talk the shop, I love that. And you schooled me to some things about recordings and getting online, things that I had never, you know what I mean? So number one, if I didn't thank you then for just sharing, man, sharing, because you know what our business is like.
Yes.
If you don't know it, ain't nobody gonna tell you. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to getting money.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. But I see when you say the independent producers reach out to you and you're not taking those parts, I can respect that because you're respecting your brand. You're respecting.
I need people to see this movie.
And it was in that moment where we were sitting down. I was like, Rodney Perry's a brand, man. This guy, he got it. He got it. He gets it.
Speaking of brands, a new product. So when we talked about audio,
right?
This is a prank call CD. I call it Prank Answers. I went into people's businesses and pranked their customers for a day.
What?
Yo, so I got business. They let me come in. So I answer their phones and prank their customers the whole day. And we recorded it. And that's what this project is. It's on iTunes and all the places you stream music right now.
Yeah, I was blessed enough that I actually was a part of it. He probably didn't even air mine because I think I did a terrible job. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a great concept. Like most people think of doing prank calls, but a prank answer is genius.
Now and you've seen this game change. I mean, you've been in this game since it was VHS or sending your tape. When sending your tape was literal sending your tape.
I still got the VHS machine, the way you take one tape and make another tape.
They copy the joint.
The thing is,
if anybody needs a VHS tape, man, I got it.
It's at Rodney Perry Live, ain't it? But to be able to evolve, I mean, you think about a lot of guys that you might have started with, because I could think of guys that I started with. You know what I'm saying? You can fight it all day. Oh, I don't need no website. I'm not getting apps and phones and everything else. Your ability to evolve in this, you know, by the time I pick up an app, I can already see that you're on it. There's Rodney.
Been on there for months.
Yo.
Now here's the irony of that though.
He already got followers.
You could be too far ahead.
Right.
You could be too far ahead. Like the visionary. The visionary sometimes is so far out ahead of everybody that he gets tired of it by the time everybody gets on. And so you got to be wary and stay the course. Like for me, I just believe in staying kinetic. So whenever I'm at a loss, I create something. You know, I was at a loss with this pandemic. I was like, this is my time to get more of a digital footprint, like we talked about. A couple of years ago, I wrote a book, you know, because I wanted to write a book. And so I figured out a friend of mine helped me, walk me through it. You know, treating people right, people will help you. And she walked me through how to write that book. And I wanted to direct a movie. I directed a short film that's on YouTube right now. I mean, wow. So and Corey just challenged me. He's like, right, you want to play that role? Play it. So I got to put that on my plate.
Nobody's done the script, and I said that to you. This is the reason I said that. One of my mentees, and I a mentee for years, when we first met, he asked me what I was interested in. Long story short, I said I always wanted to do the movie of Nat Turner. This is back in early 2000, but I wanted to do it not just from a slave sense. I wanted to do it like shoot it like they did the Three Musketeers, where they had all this the fighting scenes and stuff like that, to make it more an action movie instead of just a historical movie. And when the movie came out, Nat Turner, I hadn't spoke to my mentee in a while. I got a text message from him. He's like, "Yo, they stole your movie."
If you don't do it, somebody will.
Exactly. So
I had an idea for a movie about the worst. We always see movies about the best cops on the force. Mm-hmm. And this idea was about the worst cops. They wrote it. Will Ferrell and what's his name did it.
Yep.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. They did the movie.
Yeah.
And my buddy called me. He's like, "Remember that movie you was pitching to me?" He said it's out. I was like, "Wow." If you don't do it, somebody will.
And I feel like now, we were just talking about evolving with the game. I mean, the amount of stuff that's do it yourself now is amazing compared to, the 80s and 90s when you had to wait for somebody to put something behind it and produce and everything else. Come to now, you got your next door neighbor making reality shows.
Yeah.
So it's all about, staying hungry and keeping grinding. And that's one of the things I've always loved about you is you could sit back with your feet up. I mean, let your resume speak for itself and make sure the green room's warm and you got sliced strawberries back there and my wings better be hot. You could do that. You could do that.
My wings better be hot. That's the only thing. My damn wings best to be hot.
But you could do that. But the amount of love you show to just other comics coming up and people putting on shows and having you come out to their town and everything. And I see you putting up flyers and I say, man, Rodney, stay working, man. Stay working. And you could be that dude. Feet up, just what? Unless you send me half up front and I want a car and a plane and everything else. So, that was one of the biggest reasons I wanted to do this. It's like roses now, man. You deserve everything that's coming to you, and bless so you and your family. And I just hope for more for you because I like to point at the screen and tell my kids, I know that guy.
Hey, this is my new goal, Chris, Corey. Like Tiffany has set the bar for me. Like what she's doing is so dope to me. Having a relationship with Netflix, but not just resting on our own laurels, really putting other folks on.
Yeah,
like
man.
So true.
It's a lot of folks that don't do that. And I want to be able to do that. I want to get hot enough where I can go put my man Chris on, put my man Corey on this. You know what I'm saying? And it's no question. It's like, hey, we didn't even know about these guys. Oh my God. Right. It's because you don't care.
I feel like comedy is definitely one of those things where, if you getting a shot, somebody really believes in you, because there's really no hookups in comedy. You're either funny or you're not. And that's not judging whether somebody's funny or not. I mean, you can't.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't put somebody in a spot that they're not ready for. You know what I mean? You can hook your homeboy up if you want to, but you put him in front of them 1,500 people, and all he got is 3 minutes.
He said it freeze. Hey.
So I always feel like there are no hookups. Somebody gonna put you on when they know, okay, I'm co-signing you. You could do this. I'm gonna put you
ready.
in the spot right here. You ready? And you're right about it. If we saw more special, I mean, we in the game, so I knew and recognized all them names that she put on, but I thought about, man, if somebody called you and said, tomorrow I got you Netflix, come on, let's do it. It's the
how blessing. About this? And she paying them. I mean, they're getting some real deal, like 6-figure checks.
That blessing will bring you to your knees, man.
Yeah, we got. So what can we do to push Rodney?
So if you don't think if you don't think we team Rodney over here, you wrong.
You wrong. We team Rodney. If one of us make it, we all make it. I'm about to send all my followers to Rodney Perry's page.
Hey, Rod,
my YouTube is Rodney Perry Live. I need that. I need to build that up.
Okay, we'll make it happen.
Before you go, tell us about the hats. I know you got a thing going with the hat company too.
Well, I am a brand ambassador for a company called Bellissimo Hats, and I just like their stuff. They was on my page. You know how you mentioned something on Facebook or Instagram, it just show up.
Yeah. And
so I just started seeing their stuff, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of dope. So I shot them an email. I hit them on a DM. I'm like, man, I'm a fan. I want to be a brand ambassador for your hat. And they were like, okay. And they sent me some.
You see what I'm saying? That's totally what I'm talking about. Yeah. You stay grinding, bro. You stay grinding. I'm not a hat guy. I always feel like I look sexy.
Oh, you'll kill it. Come on, Tabb.
I'm not a hat guy.
I'm a hat guy. I'm about to look up the company right now and see if I can get me a brim.
Bro, if you come on here with a hat on, man, this gonna be our last. This gonna be our last Zoom.
That's how I get down, man. I got the shirt, Rodney to the comedian shirt, which is dope. Yo, I bought this shirt and still haven't been able to wear it yet because I want to wear it. I don't want to just wear it around the house. I want to have a show. The champion that has comedian. You had a.
Oh yeah, the comedian shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, you bought one of those?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, they got some dope ones too. They got like one says Corona. It's like the Corona logo with comedian on it. They got a design. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hit dude back up. What's the name of the brim company the hat company you was selling?
Bellissimo hats or something like that.
I can guarantee you, they don't make them in your size, bro.
What size hat you wear?
They don't make that hat.
7 3/4.
I'm 7 5/8, so you just a little bit bigger than me.
Okay.
You need an extra large for sure.
Yes.
I think it's called Elephanto.
You lucky this whole show has been predominantly clean. I have some choice words for you, Mr. Tabb.
Hey, and you helped me too, Corey. When I did your corporate event, man, that really spurred a thing, man. And I'm doing tons of those now.
You are? That's great, man. You did yo, they still talking about that, man. You did a great job.
Dude,
great job with it.
How about this? Like at the end of last year, I think I did your event and I did another event. And I'm like, I need to be in corporate speaking more. I need to, I can talk motivation. I can really talk about everything, but I'm a stroke survivor. Like I can wax poetic on a lot of subjects. And so, I just start putting out the energy, man. And once you put out the energy, it just finds its way to you. And low key, these speakers make more money than us.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, hell
yes.
Yeah. Hey, Tabb, I'm on the road last week. I'm making $3,000, $3,500 for the weekend doing stand-up. Mm-hmm. I get $3,000 that day for 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah,
wrong business.
With that said, if you know somebody looking for somebody to speak on prostate cancer, holler at your boy. I lost my prostate just so I can make some money.
Matter of fact, let me check mine right now.
These are some dope hats.
I think I'm okay. I'm okay. I think I'm good. PSA loaded today.
Oh man! Right, I thank you so much for doing this. I don't want to hold you up. I know you got stacks on stacks on stacks. You say you got a screening coming up, right? A screening.
Yeah, my sister is a realtor here in Atlanta, and so she was like, "We doing something," and she found the one theater in Atlanta that can screen the movie, and we're gonna go watch it on the big screen.
Wow, that is
so
beautiful.
Watch the IG. I'm gonna post some stuff about it.
That is a beautiful thing, man. That is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man. You definitely got 2 viewers right here. I'm gonna hit up Amazon, their page, and all that, and let them know. Let them know, man. I can't wait for this thing to be over because we got to get you back to Boston, man.
I can't wait to come back to Boston, man. Y'all know this, guys. I love both of y'all, man, and thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Hold up before y'all go. Before y'all go, my son just came downstairs.
He bring his kid in here, man.
No, man. So his sister's birthday was Saturday, and she got a cake still left. And so he snuck and got it while I was on this and got him a piece. He's like, Daddy, I want to let you know I ate a piece of the cake. He brought this and showed this to me. What is?
That's all that's left?
No.
He done ate the candle.
He bit the candle.
You might want to check on that one, all right? That young man is. That young man might be a little special needs.
He is a true Manning.
He don't want no cake. He ate the number.
He putting them on wax.
I guess he'll be able to wax.
Is that your son or your wife's son?
For this right here?
That's
for doing this right here? Okay, it's me. It's me. It's me. I'm not leaving.
Hey, listen, brush his teeth with a wire toothbrush tonight.
Thanks for everybody.
Yo, man,
Yo, guys,
always a pleasure.
This has been
Rodney.
real,
All right,
man.
man. Love you guys, man. We'll talk soon.
We'll
All
talk
right,
soon,
we got it.
Rod. Thank you.
Word.
Appreciate you, bro. Everybody, that was Rodney Perry. I mean, what more can I say? Writer, producer, actor, great comedian, and a great friend.
And former stripper.
Why you gotta?
I'm just,
Why? Just why? Why?
I'm just saying, he used to be a male exotic dancer.
Okay.
Rockin' Rodney, what they used to call him.
Do not Google Rodney Perry exotic dancer, please.
They used to call him, his name was R-rated.
Do not Google that. All right,
No, dude,
ladies and
love
gentlemen, this has been live from the Boom Room. Follow Corey Manning at.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all social medias. The best way to find and reach me and show the love is just to go to CoreyManning.com. All of my social media outlets are on my page. Bam.
You can find me at Chris Tabb Show across all platforms. We appreciate it. We're going to be bringing you more of this. I thought this was great, but like I just had that inspiration. I can't wait to see this movie. I've been seeing all the trailers and so forth, and I have super confidence that it is going to be one of the greats. Just like first.
When is it released?
March 5th, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I might have to take that day off.
I know what day I'm taking off.
Never mind. Thank you. This has been the Boom Room.
Deuces.